Hey guys, I'm Stephanie, and this is Steph Stove, and today we've got some sweet southern goodness. I have some sweet Georgia peaches that I just got. They are fresh, ripe, and so just like summertime ready. Today we're going to be making none other than a Georgia peach pizza. Now for some of you went, I'm not sure about this flavor combination. But we're going to take these peaches and they're going to be deliciously caramelized. We're going to have some ooey cheese against it and a delicious little drizzle to go at the end. This is a flavor combination that's going to be sweet and savory and going to get your taste buds doing the happy dance. So let's get those taste buds woken up and get to cooking. Here we go. All right, before we can start making our pizza and putting it together, we do have to go outside and light our pizza oven. So I'm going to be using my Bighorn pizza oven. So let's walk outside on the deck and let's heat up our pizza oven.
Yeah.
Now I just need to let it heat up for about 15 minutes. All right, as we get ready to do our pizza, first thing we need to do is we're going to mix together flour to keep our pizza from sticking. So in my bowl here, what I've got, this is 1 cup of all-purpose flour. I'll add it to my little bowl here. Up just a tad. And then to that, I'm going to add 1/2 cup, and this is yellow, very fine cornmeal. Right here. So your ratio would be 1 part cornmeal, 2 parts all-purpose flour. I'm just going to mix this together with my fork. And you want this as you're working with your dough to keep it from sticking, both to your pizza peel and then also to kind of dry it just a little bit because it will be a little sticky. The all-purpose flour by itself is just not quite enough. And then when you add the little grainy texture, it's kind of like little beads. It helps it move around nicely. All right, so I got that mixed. So here on my cutting board, I'm just going to add this, and you can feel the grainy texture. Put that kind of liberally on your board. Now you can use, for your pizza dough, you can use store-bought pizza dough. You can make your own pizza dough. It's kind of up to you. Now I made this, and I keep it in the refrigerator, so it is deflated just a little bit. But you'll see my dough after I have it. It's very oily. So what I'm going to do is just going to kind of mash and dust on the outside because it will start grabbing that flour. Now, if I didn't do this part, and again, I'm not really pressing it very much into my dough. I'm just kind of creating a little barrier here. If I didn't do this, what would happen was my dough would stick and we would almost never get it out. All right, you can see now the edges of my dough. It's much drier looking. It's not going to affect the texture of the actual dough. And then I'm going to start kind of from the middle out, pressing it. And when you're pressing it and you're forming your shape, if you feel some little wet spots, just continue pressing. And this will kind of work. Just kind of, if you're a cat person, think of your little cats making biscuits, how they just back and forth, kneading very gently. Okay, start forming my edge. If it's not exactly circular, don't worry. Remember, this is a homemade pizza. It is not a store-bought pizza. It is not going to have every edge perfect. So after I get that, I'm going to flip it because as you can see, some of it will start sticking. Just make sure you lift it up. Covered. I'll probably spend more time on the dough here because this is kind of a key element here. We want our dough to be exactly right, because if it's not, that pizza crust is not going to turn out well. Keep mashing this out, and again, I'm start making that edge. And you can see as it's going back and forth, this is what we want. It'll keep stretching. we get it just right. So I'm going to keep working this dough, and I'll be right back. All right, I've got my dough nice and stretched. And at this point, I'm going to use a pizza screen for this. And so actually, I'm going to flip this over. And I'm going to dust this screen really well also. And it just helps as you're transporting it. Now, if you're really good at the pizza, I would say the toss, that's great. If you're not, this is just an easy way. It's also nice and helps me how to be sure I have the right size for my pizza. I'll put this on this little screen here. And you can see, again, it's rustic, it's homemade. It's not going to be a perfect circle. I try my best each time, but that's the beauty of making it homemade. It's unique. All right, so got our dough there, and this is a little 10-inch pizza screen here, so I like to pick it up to know that it moves also on the screen. Perfect. Now, for the base of this, I'm not using a tomato or marinara base. I'm going to use pesto for this. You can use jarred pesto. You can use fresh pesto. For this, I'm just going to use a jar. I haven't harvested my basil yet, so I have not made any. It's almost time. It's getting quite large. I'm just going to put this on the bottom. It's going to have a very fresh, fragrant aroma. And you only need about a spoonful or so. You don't need a lot. Not a lot. All right, get that there. Then we need to add some cheeses. I'm going to add just a little bit of feta. Now you could use goat cheese if you want. If you could find, sometimes I know at our Publix here, you'll find a blueberry vanilla goat cheese that will be really good with this. It would make a really good pairing. So I'm trying to break these little pieces up smaller. So we're going to have some good flavors here. All throughout. I just want just a little bit there. Get my pesto here. You may have to use your fingers to help it out some. That's fine. Remember, it's your pizza. All right. Now, I'm going to go ahead and get this in the pizza oven and kind of pre-cook this before I add the next ingredient. So let's get this launched in the pizza oven. All right, let's check our pizza oven. I'm going to use my infrared thermometer. 875. It is super hot, so it's time to get going. All right, I got a little light cornmeal dusting. You can see here on my pizza peel. Got my tray on top of it, so just take this in. Shoot it in here. Let's get that in. Now remember, this is only going to take just a little bit. So we are pre-cooking this for just a minute. Always make sure the lid's on. And then we're going to rotate it around and get some more toppings on it. All right. While this is cooking, I went ahead and took my peach and I just quartered it in half. And I'm just going to take little slices like this. We are not peeling it. It's going to take about one peach. You want these very thin all the way down. Right. Woo, look at that crust. Look at that crust. Beautiful. Get that out. And now we're going, look at that. Now we're going to dress it up. After we've got this pre-baked, that bottom, we're going to come and take our thinly sliced peaches. I'm going to lay these all over the crust. This is one peach. I did not take the skins off. I left them. I like that little bit texture on there. Again, super thinly sliced. One is about perfect for this. Then on top of that, we are going to top it with some mozzarella cheese. So we can have sweet, salty. Look at that. Beautiful peaches. Now let's get these back in the oven. All right, here we go. Back in. Just a little bit to melt that cheese. Get those peaches nice and caramelized. Look at that beautiful fire. You're gonna need to rotate it in about 30 seconds. Let's check. Oh, look at that. Now, this little hook that I'm using, this is actually for the back, for the pellet portion, but for my pizza screens, it works beautifully to help rotate those, in my opinion. So I'm gonna push that back towards the flame just to get a little bit extra brownness, because I want all those peaches nice and caramelized. Look how pretty. Just like that. And now it's time to get this out. Look how pretty that is. Now it's time to take it inside and get this dressed up. All right, now that we're inside the beautiful pizza, we've got to finish it off. And we're going to finish it off with none other than some prosciutto. So we want some nice flavors here. And this is some thin, very thinly sliced Italian ham. So it's going to give us some smoky saltiness to it. And I'm going to put, I don't know, about 3 or 4 pieces throughout the pizza. Just tear them up like that so everybody gets a piece of that beautiful prosciutto with their pizza. And then I'm going to take, I've got some balsamic vinegar that I got from the Blue Ridge Mountains of Georgia. This is a Georgia treat, fresh basil that I just picked out of my garden in the backyard. So just put that on there, make it pretty and add some extra flavors. If you don't like this, you could skip it, but I guarantee you it does add such a beautiful flavor to it. Just amazing. You're like, I don't know. Oh, like I said, your taste buds will be doing a happy dance with this one. Just yummy. And if you thought all that wasn't good enough, we're going to take some honey and drizzle some honey over that too. So we're going to have sweet, savory deliciousness. Here we go, our beautiful Georgia peach pizza. You want to see what that bottom looked like? Look, lift it up. Look at that bottom. It is super, super hot. Just beautiful crust on the bottom. Can't wait to dig in. All right, we're back inside, so I'm going to take my cutter, slice this up, get ready to taste it. Oh, it's still hot. Hot, hot, hot. Hot. Look at that piece. Yummy. I'm Stephanie, and this has been Steph Stove, where today we made a Georgia peach pizza. Look at this. And our acorn pizza oven. Look at that pizza, and look at that bottom crust. Just beautiful. Now we're going to that's some good pizza. Fresh, sweet. I like that peach. Sweet taste of the South. So if you like pizza, this is a twist with a good summer vibe to it on the traditional pizza. So I do hope you give it a try. If you're interested in the pizza oven, I'll put a link in the bottom so you can find out all the information about it as well. So remember, give us a thumbs up, click that subscribe button for more great content like this. Steph Stove, we're making memories, one dish at a time. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a wonderful day.